Hello fellow budgeters, my name is Brandy and you're watching From Debt to Dreams. And on this channel we're paying off over $400,000 worth of debt, but don't you fret, more than half of that is our mortgage. And unfortunately, in order to pay off that debt, I have to feel secure in our savings, and we have a lot of things going on. So I'm changing things up for 2026, and here is what we're gonna do. So today in this video, I am going to go over what all of my envelopes look like. I'm going to kind of talk to you a little bit more about Monday Minis and my Play and Pay binder, and then I'm gonna show you what budget planner I'm going for this year. So let's start off with that first. So I made this budget or paycheck tracker. I was using the Budget Moms Budget by Paycheck workbook, and I've been using that for like the last 5 years. Unfortunately, I don't need everything that's in it. I didn't save up the money to buy one this year, and which makes me sad because I want to keep supporting her. But I was like, I just need something that's a little bit more customizable to me. So I made my own, and then I don't have them all printed because I don't have my own printer. We print things at my husband's work. Don't tell his boss. But I've made my own like monthly, month end sheets like I do for my end of the month videos. So those are going to look a little different. And then inside this binder that I have right here, I still have my coloring sheets. We're still going to be using these for our debt tracker, for our Christmas tracker, and then at the beginning of the binder I have a bunch of savings challenges that I want to use this year. So sorry if I'm talking fast. A couple of things. I know my phone is about to die. I don't know how much storage I have left on my phone, and then also I'm under a 30-minute time constraint when it comes to filming doing my videos. So I try to be very cautious about all those things. So next, let's go into what our budget binders are going to look like. I have never actually explained any of my envelopes or what my budget setup is. I've just started doing it. So in this binder, there's not really any rhyme or reasons to my binders. I only have 3 binders. I do have a plan for additional binders, but I need to save up money for those. And so right now for 2026, this is how things are going to look. And then, maybe 2027, things will look a little different. But of course we have our groceries. We have school. Let me go back. Groceries are food and like toiletries, and our dog food all goes under our grocery category. School is things that my one kid has hot lunches or field trip expenses or pictures. They go to a school where they require uniforms. So we have uniform expenses that come out of school. Back to school supplies comes out of here. So this is one that we use all year long, and I try to keep it pretty well funded because I just never know when the school is ready to say, hey, we need more money. Both of my boys are in Cub Scouts. So we have a sinking or a spending revolving category, whatever, for Scouts. And just like for school, there are expenses when it comes to needing a uniform or our membership dues, or the Pinewood Derby is coming up, or a lot of times when we go camping, we have to pay registration fees and we need new camping equipment and that kind of stuff. So all that stuff comes out of the Scouts category. Haircuts is a little self-explanatory. I have 2 boys and a husband. I could cut their hair myself. However, they all are very particular about the way that their hair looks, which I do not blame them. I would not want an amateur or someone who doesn't know what they're doing to cut my hair. So we save up $20 a week for them to get their haircut. And if I want a haircut too, it'll come out of there as well. Health is one that we don't really fund that regularly. My husband and I are on some prescriptions. I would like to have money in this envelope for those prescriptions, then also for co-pays or any kind of over-the-counter medications. Right now, I'm just kind of using whatever I have left over in my checking account. So hopefully we'll be able to square that away and get some money in here eventually. Sadie and or other pets. Sadie is our Chihuahua. She is about 12 years old and she has a lot of vet expenses. And right now she's got a little bit of a mass on her bottom that's affecting her anal glands. So I have to take her to the vet about every 4 weeks and get her anal glands expressed until I can afford the surgery to get the mass removed. And then I have other pets on here because we do also have 2 fish that might need some things. Takeout, really, that's an obvious envelope. And fun, I have here right now, this is sitting as a family fun thing. Eventually this will be just for like fun right now, but right now we're saving for 2 trips to Charlotte, North Carolina. One to take our kids to their very first MLS soccer game and one to take our kids to their very first concert. So that's that binder. This binder is my green binder, and in here we have my saving envelope. This is for me. I don't know exactly what I'm saving for. Most likely it's going to be a walking pad. I put $1 per paycheck in here, and then anytime we get a $buck from the change that we get when we're spending, it goes in here. Then my husband also has his own saving envelope, and he gets $1 a paycheck as well. And anytime we have a G or an H buck, it goes in here for Good Looking Husband. Annual fees includes things like Costco, AAA, Google, Nintendo, PlayStation, Xander identity theft protection. Gosh, what else? I was listing all of them out the other day. So that's what annual fees covers. Extra utilities is just something I have in here in case we have to pay more for our electricity bill. I budget $200 a month for that bill, and in the winter time or in the summertime it does get a little higher than that because of the air conditioner. And so I have money in here to offset that extra part. Emergency fund is quite obvious. There's an emergency fund. That is one of our financial goals right now, is to save $5,025 in an emergency fund. Jason's license, this is his counseling license. He is a licensed therapist, and every year we have to pay licensure fees, and he has to take some kind of test, and so that's what this is for. House projects, eventually I would like to paint a bathroom or get some built-in shelves or something, and so we're not funding this right now. We're not putting any money into it. However, that is what that is there, because hopefully in 2026 I can start putting a couple of dollars in there. Eventually I would like to take my children to Utah. That is where I am from. That is where I grew up. I absolutely love Utah. It is my favorite place in the whole wide world. And I want to take my kids there. There's no money in this. It's going to take a lot of money to get us all out to Utah. And so, we don't have a date on when we're going, but I will hopefully start to put in a few dollars in here as well. And then tax prep is, we use TurboTax every year, and there is a fee to use TurboTax, so I just like to have a little bit of money in there to pay for that. So there's tax prep. And then my last binder that we have is this blue binder right here. So we have HOA. I put $40 per paycheck into HOA. We have a HOA fee of $250 per quarter. Pest control, we have a quarterly pest control service come to our house. We do live in the South, the coastal South. We have cockroaches around here. I live in an area where there's a lot of construction, unfortunately, so a lot of field mice get near my house, and we did have a mice problem in our garage a couple of summers ago, which is one of the reasons why we're a little bit in debt, and it just was a mess. So we have a pest control service come to handle all those things for us and to make sure that we have prevention. Plus, also our house has a termite warranty, and I pay a company every year to make sure there's no termites in my house. So there's that. The pest control quarterly expense is $140 a quarter, and then the termite thing is like in between $350 and $400. So that one also gets $40 a week, or $40 a paycheck. Car care, obvious. Clothing, obvious. Charlotte Football Club. My husband and I love to go to Charlotte Football Club MLS games. Right now we are we are saving up to take our kids to their very first MLS game, and we buy the first ticket of the season at their Black Friday sale. So we got 4 tickets for a really good price, and we're saving up to get them. We need a hotel room for that night, and we also want to save up so they can get some souvenirs at the stadium. Kids sports is obvious. My kids want to play sports and or do other activities, so that's what that is for. Yard work is obvious, birthdays obvious, and then from debt to dreams, I have a plan to get new binders I love the binders from the Aesthetic Dollar, but they're expensive. So hopefully this year I'll be able to throw some money in here, and then that way I can start saving up for them. So next we'll go on to Mini Monday. My Mini Monday binder, I did decide I'm going to keep my Mini Monday video instead of lumping my Play and Pay video and my Mini Monday video together. They're going to be separate videos. It's going to stay the same. I do love the quick wins of a Mini Monday. I love it. I love it. I love it. And so I'm going to keep doing things the way I've been doing things. Take this out because it's not relevant anymore. So what I am going to do is all of the Mini Mondays all have something that they are allotted to. So this one is tithes, that one's emergency fund, this one is Sadie. And so these are going to help do us quick wins, really quick, usually under $24 to $30 for each one. And those will go into each one of those envelopes, each one of those categories, just to help give us a little bit of boost in some areas. Now, like I said, right now we're focusing on our emergency fund and family fund for those 2 trips, and for our emergency fund, and then also Sadie. We have to get $3,500 for this surgery. So that's going on there. One thing that I am doing for Mini Mondays is I'm no longer waiting till the end of the month to stuff these. As soon as these are finished, they're going to go straight into the envelopes that correspond. Now, the biggest change is with the Play and Pay. And I actually am going to redo these with you. So I do still have 2 challenges that we are working on. So let me go through this. Okay, so what I decided to do is each Play and Pay envelope will also be assigned to a category. And then whenever these are finished, they're going to go straight into that envelope. They're no longer going to wait till the end of the month. And so then that way, what I can do at the end of the month or every other week is I can do like a reallocation, or I could show you kind of how I do my cash planning, and that's part of the reallocation process. So I need to take these out because I have to put them in order, and then we're going to put new challenges in them for us to start next time. Okay, so we always start with tithes, or I'm changing that to year-end giving. So the church that we're going to now does a year-end giving, and like, of course, you're like listening to like the radio or all these things, and like people want you to do like your biggest donation at the end of the year. And so I thought, let's try it for 2026. Let's save up all of the money that we put into this tithe envelope, and then that way we can disperse it at the end of the year towards other things. And so we are going to put in our first faith-based savings challenge in there for 2026. Let's get one that I haven't used yet, and we'll use this one from the Faithful Dash, where it says, "For here we have no lasting city, but we seek the city that is to come," and that is Hebrews 13:14, and we'll just do a roll and save for that one. The next category we are going to work on is our emergency fund, and we are going to continue to use the 2025 and 2025 for that. So once we reach $100 in this challenge, we will move that straight into our emergency fund. Then we're going to go on to debt. So if you watch my challenge or my month-end videos, you'll know that we are in quite a bit of debt, and that's, it's not okay, but it is what it is. And but I just don't feel like I'm making any progress with it, of course, and I just have, anyway, I think that maybe this is going to help, so that every month I have a little bit of something I can throw at the debt. Just a little bit will go a long way. So what I'm doing with this one, we're going to throw in these Tinies made by Savin' with Sam. I laminated them. I rolled a 12-sided dice maybe, and then put the number down there and then covered them with scratch stickers. So that's how we're going to do that challenge. So that one is going to be really fun. I'm really excited for that one. I've been looking forward to doing this forever because those are so cute. The next thing we need to save up for is Sadie. Like I said, Sadie has a $3,500 surgery that she needs really soon. So we're going to start her off with this $50 challenge from the Dramatic Panda. That is gorgeous. That was a freebie in an order I made from her in Christmas of 2024. The next envelope, the category that's going to go to that is Family Fun, and Charlotte Football Club. So it'll go, I'll do one challenge for Family Fun, one challenge for Charlotte, one challenge for Family Fun, one challenge for Charlotte, like kind of go back and forth. And because both of the trips are happening at about the same time, the Charlotte Football Club trip is going to be less amount of days than the concert trip, but we're gonna put in this DIY scratcher I made. It's on my Ko-fi or not yet, or I don't know. I'll put it on there. So anyway, that's the next category. Then we have Jason's license for his licensure, which is, I've already told you what that's all about. We're going to put in this one from What's Poppin' Sunshine. If you don't know anything about me, you need to know that I'm obsessed with Bluey. And so here we go. And I laminated this and put my own scratchers on there as well. So, and then once we are done saving for Jason's licensure, we're going to move into saving for some clothing because my boys need some shoes and I need some undergarments and all those kinds of fun stuff. I also could use like a new pair of jeans and all kinds of things. After that, we're going to do birthdays. It's really important that you save for your birthdays. We've got quite a few in our little family. So we're going to put in this one, $65 from Ellie on Earth. Campers have some more fun. So we'll do birthdays and then car care. Car maintenance, we have 2 cars. We're going to put in this one from Simply Living Saves. Actually, that looks like a Valentine's Day one. Let's not do that one quite yet. Hold on. Let's do this one. We'll do this one from Rock and Row Budgets. Put that into car care. And that's one is one I made. It was a freebie. Looks like it was a mini. I rolled a 12-sided die, threw the numbers on there, and then covered them up. So, but we have 2 vehicles. One is, oh, and we need to finish budget with Carly. So actually, let's do, I'll do my own challenge. We'll do the budget with Carly one in Family Fun and Charlotte. Because we want to finish that challenge. So anyway, what was I saying? We have cars, obviously. One is a 2016 Toyota Sienna, and one is a 2016 Nissan Rogue. And so they're getting a little older. Our van is close to 200,000 miles. So we've, I just really need to boost up that car care category so that if anything were to happen to our cars, we are able to handle it. Because if any kind of emergency happens to my little family, we are royally screwed because we do not have any kind of emergency fund or any kind of buffer to get us out of things, which is why we're in the debt that we are in, is because a couple summers ago, we had a lot of stuff happen to us all at once with no margin to take care of it. So we had to take out some debt in order to cover it. So in order for us to not accrue any more, we have to take care of our sinking funds and our emergency fund so that in case something were to happen, we have that money to fall back on. So I cannot focus on the debt. I wish I could put more money towards the debt, but I can't right now. So as soon as I get our savings and stuff up to a little bit of a better spot to where I want it to be, then I can start throwing money towards the debt. And I can't wait for that to happen. So I'm hoping in 2026, I can get things to where I want to be. We can get the surgery done for Sadie and things will be grand. But I think that my battery is about to stop, and I hope that this works we'll see. It's going to be kind of a fun little experimentation year. It'll be my second full year on YouTube. So that's going to be really fun. And we'll just see where life takes us. I pray it's going to be a good year to us, and I pray it's a good year for you as well. All right, my friends, thank you for paying attention and following along. I'm sorry if this went too quickly, but have a great day. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.